All right, we are back with another PrizePicks video. Going to be talking a lot of different things today, just because there's a lot of different news and avenues to attack the board today. We're talking NBA, if you didn't see the title already, but we got the in-season tournament happening today, and it's not like the first game, the second game. It's the fourth game for a lot of these teams on the in-season tournament, so it's going to really indicate if they're going to make the tournament or not. So, if you're not thinking, oh, the in-season tournament doesn't really matter, I think it does, especially for teams that haven't done much in the playoffs. This is kind of should be like a playoff atmosphere, and they want to get that $500,000 check for winning this thing. So I think there's some incentive. I think there's some ways to attack the board because of that, and that's something we'll be thinking about. At the same time, there's some big injury news. We got Jimmy Butler out. We got Kristaps Porzingis out. We got LaMelo Ball out. So we'll be talking about some plays regarding that. So definitely some value on the board, better than the past few days. Definitely taking a bunch of different plays today, but found 6 for you guys that you guys should really, really like. And yeah, let's get into it. Subscribe if you are new. We are growing like crazy. We just hit 4,000 subscribers. That's super awesome. Like the video so more people can see it, and comment down below. And guys, if you're interested, the Discord link I'm going to put in the video link description. I do want to say you're only going to be able to get access to the free stuff, and you won't be able to get to the subscription based yet, just because there's some bug going on with the Discord. But I've been talking to support, and the bug pretty much is because I want to get you guys a free 7-day free trial. So anyone that wants to try the exclusive package or whatever, which you get access to, all my picks, you get access to me. I'll be in the chat all the time, and other invested bettors like that. It just won't let me do that free trial just yet. So I would recommend not getting the exclusive package just yet. Utilize the free stuff. I want to get people into the Discord, kind of grow that community. And yeah, super excited about it. But don't go ahead and buy the exclusive thing unless you really want to, just yet, because that free trial isn't working yet. But it should be soon, and I'll let you guys know. So video link for the Discord, definitely hit it in the description. Super excited about that. And our video picks from last time right here. Went 5 for 6. Awesome day. We'll take the double up any day of the week. We just can't get that 6 for 6. We've had a bunch of videos, 4 for 6. We've had a couple videos now, 5 for 6 recently. And I really don't remember the last time we went under 50% on our picks. So we've been crushing it. It's going to come. I just got to be consistent with it and, ride the train, ride the bus, however you want to call it, until we get there. So also wanted to shout out the guy in the comments that took this under and was like, yo, you hit the under button first, and then I put it in and didn't realize, and then he ends up going 6 for 6. So love to see that. You should play the lottery today for sure. But yeah, we'll take this. Let's try to do this and better. Also, it's Taco Tuesday, so this Jalen Brunson taco, again, it's later in the day. I've been kind of dealing with the Discord issues and things like that, but Jalen Brunson here, 21.5. I like this. I don't love it. Just because going up against Charlotte, he should have a great opportunity to score a bunch. If it's a blowout, that's the only issue I have with that. I haven't looked too much into this taco yet, but looks really good. He's been having, started off kind of slow this season, but has definitely picked it up recently. So good spot for him. Charlotte gives up a lot of points, so I don't mind it at all. But let's go to our first pick. It's going to stay in the same game here, and going to go to Brandon Miller. So Brandon Miller, attacking him today at his 24.5 fantasy score. And that's because no LaMelo Ball means good stuff for Brandon Miller. So if we take LaMelo Ball off the court, if we want to go to RotoWire, this is kind of the screen I start my day with to see the injury implications, what that might mean. And it's kind of one-stop shop for seeing, the lines, the spreads. Of course, this is moving right now, but lines, spreads, over-unders, all the injuries right here, and then what that might mean. And we see that Brandon Miller gets a huge boost in usage rate when he's off the floor. So that's when I went into this, clicked customize, blah, blah, blah. And I took LaMelo off the floor and saw that in terms of like fantasy points per game, now this is 1 game in 3 minutes. This doesn't count. This is per 36 minutes, and Brandon Miller is expected to get, we can just see projected minutes real quick. Projected to get about 33 minutes, so really liking to see that. So we can pretty much see it as 36 minutes, 33. That's pretty similar. Now, going to Brandon Miller, we see that he's averaging in the 165 minutes without LaMelo on the floor this season. This is LaMelo's first game missed, but obviously Brandon Miller plays without LaMelo on the floor. It seems like a lot. And we see that his points goes up by, his points is at 23.5, so that's huge. His rebounds at 5.9, 2.2 assists, a steal, and a block. and his fantasy score is at 37.8 on FanDuel, 38.4 on DraftKings. So that's much higher than that 24.5 mark. I really like to see that. In terms of like the differential in those 36 minutes, or like the per 36 minute space, we see Brandon Miller 11-point differential. So he's scoring 11 more points with LaMelo Ball off the floor. He's also grabbing a few more defense rebounds. Just rebounds in general. About the same assists and getting one more block. So I really like this spot for him. Again, if we can get to this, normal 37 range for Brandon Miller with LaMelo off the court. Let's say he gets 33 minutes. This is maybe 34, 33. So that's definitely 10 points over our spot here on PrizePicks. So I really like it. Obviously, like I talked about with the taco for Jalen Brunson, there's blowout potential for sure. But if this stays close, I think Brandon Miller easily crushes this line. And you can think about blowout potential all you want, and you're not always going to be able to figure it out. And when there's teams that don't have like a bunch of their main guys, that's when the teams like somehow randomly win these games. So I could see it being close. The spread is only a plus. Oh no, this is a wrong game, but it's probably like a 10-point spread. So hopefully it stays close, and Brandon Miller should be a reason due to that. The last thing I wanted to show you, there's a PrizePicks projection model over here, and looking at Brandon Miller's projection for fantasy score, this is again RotoWire 29.67. So they're projecting around 30. That looks good for us. So that was a lot to do about Brandon Miller. Obviously, Miles Bridges could have a good game. Terry Rozier could have a good game. Gordon Hayward could have a good game. But again, if it's a blowout, they might still play Brandon Miller anyway because he's so young. So I like his spot here for sure. So Brandon Miller, 24.5 fantasy score is going to be our first play. Next up, again, staying chronologically here, going to go to Bam Adebayo. If there was one play I'd like take off the slip here, if you're going to replace it with a taco or something, it'd be this one. But I'm going to go to his 10.0 rebounds. I'm going over here, and it's because there's no Jimmy Butler. And if this game's competitive with the in-season tournament happening, both these teams are technically still in the running to win their division. So I think that if Bam and the Heat stay close, he's going to be one of the bigger reasons why. We can go to his outlier page and kind of open him up, see what he's been doing so far this year in terms of rebounding. Sportsbooks are really favoring this over 4.5 assists. For some reason, I don't love it, just because we can see right here on outlier, he's gone under this in 71% of the games. And the game without Jimmy Butler, the 2 games without Jimmy Butler, he had 2 assists and he had 4 assists. So he didn't even go over it in those 2 games. But with his rebounds line, we're getting it at 10.0, remember? So we pretty much need it over 9.5 because 10 doesn't hurt us. He's done that in 9 of 14 games. This one would be a push. All these other ones would be hits. He's also going up against Milwaukee, who allows a decent amount of rebounds. Now to centers, they don't allow as much. So it's about a middle-of-the-road rebounding matchup. And then in the head-to-head, a lot of these games were in the playoffs, so obviously that's a little bit different in terms of stats. So you can almost throw like these ones out the window. Again, it's like 2 or 3 games in the playoffs. But some of these games he wasn't playing too much as they were blowouts. And then in the regular season, he seems to get there, 11 or 12, pretty much averages 12. So I don't mind the history here. The matchup isn't bad. It's a middle of the road in terms of rebounding matchup. And he should be getting, a lot of run and playing a little bit harder if they want to extend their in-season tournament into the tournament. Like if they want to make it to the next round or whatever it's called. I like this spot for Bam. So sportsbooks aren't loving it. His best line in terms of like EV, I think, is his assist line. At 4.5, they're giving this. This might be moving around a little bit, but people were liking the BetMGM's got that at -135. But I like the 10.0. A lot of push potential, but I think he could definitely get over for us. So Brandon Miller, really love that one. Bam, really like that one. Just not the strongest play of today. But staying in the same game. No. Yes, staying in the same game, we're going to go to the other side of the floor. We're going to go to Brook Lopez. Again, we talked about the in-season tournament a little bit, but it could be like kind of playoff atmosphere. Again, these guys are playing for a lot of money. If you think the in-season tournament doesn't mean anything, I think you're wrong. I think they're going to be playing a little extra hard here, and defense should be turned up a little bit. So I'm going to go to his blocks and steals, 2.5. That's not the only reason I'm going to it. Let's see what he's been doing so far this year, and kind of go about it like that. So Brook Lopez has been crushing this line, just to spoil alert. If we can find it, blocks and steals, Let's go over here. We do see the overs at minus 135. He's gone over this in 12 of 17 games this year. Love to see that. And then also against Sacramento, usually gets around 2, so not the best head-to-head matchup here. But again, been crushing this. Have they played this year? Oh, not against Sacramento. What am I talking about? He's going up against Miami. We knew that. Going up against Miami, again, these were a lot of playoff games, and definitely was able to get there in half these playoff games. 4 of the last 10. That's tough to see, but nothing crazy. Not like it's 0 of the last 10. And he's been killing it this year. 12 of 17. Should be kind of playoff-ish atmosphere. It's not Jimmy Butler and Tyler Hero going into him either. It's going to be like Haywood Highsmith and Caleb Martin. So not as good players as defending the ball. So he should be able to swat a few balls. It's going to be mostly the blocks that gets him there, but if he can grab a steal or two, that's huge for us as well. So I like Brook here in this spot. Let's see what OddsJam has to say about him. Kind of what other sports books have this line at, if they're favoring it or whatnot. Go to Brook Lopez here. Go ahead and apply. I didn't show Brandon Miller on this just because it doesn't have fantasy score. And then for Bam, I told you they were kind of favoring that assist line, but his rebounds line was still above 50%. But for Brook Lopez, we do see that his over steals and blocks line is very, very solid. 53.71. It's not at that magic 54.3 number that we want it to be at, but at any given time, if you look at only NBA plays, you practically see maybe one green play, maybe a couple of orange plays. Sometimes they're all quote-unquote red. Doesn't mean they're a bad play when you have these other data points. So 53.71, really like to see that. Looks like a lot of these sports books pretty consistently have it at minus 135 or above, or sorry, I guess below. So definitely favoring this over. We saw his matchup. We saw what he's been doing. Really liking this Brook Lopez spot. So that's our third play. Going to continue moving along here. Next up, we are going to, again, chronologically, we're going to go to Jayson Tatum for the Celtics. We're going to go to his 28 points. Nope, sorry, we're not going to that. We're going to go to his 32.5 points and assists. Now, the biggest news here, kind of two-way street for Jayson Tatum. Not only is he's their best player, there is no Porzingis today, and it's an in-season tournament game that if they win, I think they clinch their division. So, again, the in-season tournament's confusing, but I know that the Celtics are in a spot that they could clinch. And these guys, especially at the end of the bench, want that payday. So I think that Tatum, we've seen when the play-in tournament began, the Celtics were one of the first teams in the play-in tournament. We saw Tatum drop 50 in a play-in tournament. So maybe he wants to be, known as one of the better players in this in-season tournament. So we've seen Tatum take control of these tournaments, these newer tournaments that have popped up in the NBA recently. I think he has a great game today. And again, it's not just me thinking that. Let's see what he's done so far this year and see the spot for him without Porzingis. So let's go to Jayson Tatum. We can go to let's just open up his page. We'll find his points and assists in a second. So points and assists right there. We see minus 130 right on DraftKings. We see minus 144, minus 151 on Caesars. This one's looking really, really good. Again, he has the extra incentive in being in the kind of a playoff-ish atmosphere. 9 of 17 games he's gone over this. I think Porzingis has missed a game. I don't know how he played without him. Looks like he's gone over in both the games without Porzingis. Love to see that. The matchup is solid against Chicago. Not the best defense in the world. Not the worst, though. Looks like they're about middle of the road when you average this assists and points allowed. So he should have a field day, though. Head-to-head, haven't looked at that either. Looks like he's hit it in his past 3 games. 3 games in a row, and then he missed the previous 4. So this is, more recent, 2022. This was last just January. So like to see the past 3 hit, and definitely a good spot for him. Odds are loving this, guys. This might get bumped. I'd take advantage of it early. And yeah, I've seen Tatum play a bunch of these different random games, in-season tournament, playoffs. He usually steps up in these moments. So Jayson Tatum, no Porzingis, like to see that. His points and assist line is the best line for him, 53.72% chance to hit, so even a little bit better than that Brook Lopez line. Minus 144 on DraftKings, minus 151 on Caesars. Bovada's already got this at 33.5. Great value here for Tatum, guys. Definitely take advantage of this one. Then going to the next guy. What's that, 4? Yeah, 4 plays for you. Let's continue moving on. Next up, we got Dylan Brooks Not the sexiest play here, but we're going to Dillon Brooks, who's having a low-key pretty good season for the Houston Rockets, who have also been low-key pretty solid this year as a team that's been horrible the past few years. But Dillon Brooks, we're going to go to his points and rebounds, and it actually got bumped to 16.5. So this was at 15.5. I'm not even probably going to look at it at 16.5. We can open up Brooks's page and see if it's even worth it. That doesn't mean I don't think he could go over it. I just think mathematically, and when I'm trying to take advantage of getting 119 individual odds on PrizePicks 5 or 6 plays, I pretty much only want to take plays when I'm getting the advantage on it. So if he gets bumped to 16.5, look, now they're favoring the under here. So just something I wouldn't go over for 16.5. At 15.5, I really liked it, but just going to move on from this Brooks play. So we'll go to the next guy, Domantas Sabonis, another blocks and steals line. Not a guy known for his defense, really, but he plays with a lot of aggression, and he's going up against a team that obviously these guys don't really like each other. This will be kind of playoff atmosphere. Not only did they play each other in the playoffs last year, but it's in-season tournament. I do want to see, I think these guys can, one of them can clinch. I think that, if the Kings beat the Warriors, they clinch the group. So they'll be playing with passion. I know that, especially for a team that hasn't done anything in the playoffs. This could be, a moral victory for them, if anything. So Domantas Sabonis, I forgot to tell you the line I'm going to. Could be doing a bunch of different things, but I'm going to go to his blocks and steals at 1.5. He's been stealing the ball a decent amount this year. He's been blocking the ball a decent amount this year. I don't mind his blocks line either, but he's going up against the Warriors, who don't get blocked a decent amount or a lot. So I'm just going to ride with his points, or as a defensive side of steals and blocks, kind of the combo here. So we'll see in 2023, he's gone over this in 8 of 15 games, over a 50% hit rate. In terms of head-to-head, they played each other twice this year. He got 3 steals in the first matchup. He got no stocks in the second matchup. But in this playoff atmosphere, he did really, really well, getting at least 2 in pretty much all of these games, sometimes 3 or 4. So I think that's kind of the Sabonis we see today. They're very similar teams to the last year in the playoffs. They give up a decent amount of steals, not too many blocks. So again, about a middle of the road matchup when you even those out. So yeah, really liking Sabonis, and the odds are favoring it as well. Plus 100 on the under. So let's see his odds jam page, see what other sportsbooks are saying about him. Go to Sabonis here. Go ahead and click apply. And we do see that his blocks line, we talked about that, he is at 53.3%. I guess they're actually even. I just don't like this one as much because he hasn't got a block against them this year. But the steals and block line just seems a little bit more safe for me. Again, very similar odds, 53.3. Love to see it above 53 with other data points along with it. Minus 130, minus 135, minus 137, minus 145 on Fliff. Very, very favored to go over. Why would we not take advantage of this 119 value we're getting at on PrizePicks? So Sabonis will be our 5th play. Let me go into the odds jam page. I'll go ahead and deselect everything, or select everything, and see if we find any value to get that 6th play in. Again, this is the power of odds jam, guys. If you don't have this, or if you've not tried the free trial, I highly recommend it. This is just NBA games. You can go in here at any time of the day. Let's just even get everyone on the board. You can go here any time of the day, and you can see green plays, and you can just literally take green plays at any moment. So there's no green plays right now. Sometimes, like earlier this morning or late at 7 o'clock at night, there's 10 green plays that you can take advantage of. They move quickly, but if you get those green plays in, you're going to not hit it every single time. There's nothing a guarantee, but it will give you a mathematical advantage on these sports books, and it will say, hey, PrizePicks has this line too low, or PrizePicks has this line up when it's very heavily favored to go over or under on a bunch of other sports books. So really, really helpful tool. Nothing crazy popping out to us. There's a few orange plays. Chet under rebounds and assists. Towns under rebounds and assists. Bridges under rebounds. Harrison Barnes. Looks like a lot of unders are being favored if you want to go for over. Look at that as our Tatum play at 32.5. Yeah, there's a bunch of different things. I'll scroll here, see if you want to take advantage of any of these, but we'll just rock with 4, and we'll put in the Brunson taco to get that 6. Sorry, we'll go rock with 5, and we'll put that Brunson taco in to get our 6th one, and that will do it for us. So let's go ahead and recap here. Brandon Miller is our first play, 24.5 fantasy score. Next up, again, no LaMelo Ball. That's why we're attacking this spot for him. If they keep it close, he should be one of the bigger reasons. And he has a crazy boost when LaMelo's off the floor. Bam Adebayo, 10.0 rebounds, probably my quote-unquote least favorite play of the day, but still like it a lot. I think he could definitely get 11, 12 against this Milwaukee team in an in-season tournament game that should matter to them, and just a matter, again, if they keep it close or not. Brook Lopez, 2.5 blocks and steals. He's been crushing that line going up against Miami. Good spot for him as well. Not the best matchup, but again, he's been going over this very consistently. In-season tournament atmosphere should be a little bit defensive minded, so definitely like that for him. Jayson Tatum, probably one of the better plays of the day. 32.5 points and assists. Absolutely love that. Sabonis, 1.5 blocks and steals. Going over that as well. Is this all over day? Oh, we got an all over day, guys. You can watch these games and not have to sweat unders. And then Jalen Brunson over 21.5 is our taco. We'll go ahead and submit this, guys, together. Again, my time has been going into the Discord that I haven't even been able to make too many plays. But it's so close to being, perfect. Hit the description links, get free trials on all these tools that I use. Get into the Discord. You'll only be able to, so you have to go to Discord and you have to read the rules and hit the thumbs up. That will give you the next roll up or whatever, and that will give you access to like all the free access points in the Discord channel. So yeah, let's do it, guys. Let's make some money tonight. Let's go ahead and put this in together. 25 because the taco's there. Now you could spread this out, do $5 plays and things like that. Also, you don't have to just take my 6 plays. Obviously, mix and match with the ones that you like. But yeah, let's make some money tonight, guys. There's a lot going on in my brain, so sorry if I'm a little jumbled. Get in the Discord. Don't get. Oh Jesus, look at this. 33. I still like it. Whatever. Get in the Discord. Don't get the exclusive membership just yet because I want to get that free trial working for everyone. But I'll let you know as soon as it is working. So that will do it. Let's make some money tonight, guys, and peace out.